Good to be here.
What safeguards are in place at the moment, certainly in this country, to stop someone 13 and under from creating an account on social media?
Okay, so legally and following the terms of use of most companies like Facebook, kids aren't supposed to set up accounts. But to be perfectly frank, this is a fairly fuzzy rule in so much as if you simply falsify your birth date, put in a birth date that says you're 13, Facebook doesn't seek to verify that information. So it's pretty easy to get around right now, and for anyone at any age really to sign up and set up a Facebook or Instagram account.
Yeah, of course, part of the concern is that kids at that age may be giving away sensitive details. But I guess if it's a false account, how concerned should we, perhaps as parents, be that the kids are giving away some vital information?
Oh, look, it's always difficult to strike the right balance between feeling that you're giving away what you want to give away in terms of allowing these companies to operate effectively, but also balancing your privacy. But I think while we are comfortable as adults making that choice, I think it's quite hard for kids to know exactly what they do and don't want to give away, and to understand what the ramifications of that might be for the rest of their lives. We know that Facebook operates on a real names policy. They want to know who we actually are, and that data trail tends to stick around. What happens to it is unclear, but what we know is that for Facebook, getting more information is better.
It's certainly gold, I guess, if they can get their hands on that information from children, and then as they grow older, that information can be used various ways.
That's right, and I guess that's the challenge with the new Messenger Kids app, is that Facebook appears to be creating a special cordoned off safe space that's all good for kids. And while they've certainly made some effort in that regard, we do need to keep in mind that what they're actually doing here is still trying to find new ways for us to populate their databases, new ways for kids to put their information in. So Facebook both understands our kids better, but also understands the relationships our children have with us, with adults, with other people that they want to talk to. So it's a win for Facebook because it gives them a richer picture of both the data about our kids and the data about who our kids are talking to.
Yeah, Tama, you just referred to that Messenger Kids app from Facebook as a safe space. Is it safe?
It's safer. So Facebook has cordoned it off. It does mean that parents can approve all contacts that kids have. So anybody that your kids are talking to, you basically pre-approve. So that is a safety feature. And it's certainly the case that Facebook has cordoned off some of the internet. So while you've got the tools of creativity, while you can access animated GIFs and things like that, it's a carefully pre-selected library. So it's not just anything. There is a fair amount of effort has gone into limiting what kids can and can't do in this space. That said, it is a social space, so it's as good as whoever is on the other end. And if at the end of the day, there is some danger in treating this as a safe space that you don't need to worry about anymore, when really it's still the onus is on adults and parents and caregivers to really talk to kids about who they're talking to, how they're talking, and it's as good as those conversations, I guess.
So for the social media giants, this is about cultivating young users by building a level of trust. How are they doing that as far as the trust is concerned?
Okay, so for Facebook, they do have a problem with kids, a problem with teens who used to go to Facebook in droves, and while they might still have Facebook accounts, they don't spend that much time there anymore. So for Facebook, if they can get kids used to and comfortable with the Facebook interface, as if Messenger Kids is one of those spaces where they're used to being social, where they're used to talking to their friends while they're under 13, then the odds of them continuing on and using that same interface as they grow up, it goes up exponentially. So for Facebook, this is about getting kids comfortable with the Facebook interface, about saying, this is a space that you want to feel good in, a space that we want you to continue to feel good in as you grow up. So it's Facebook playing the long game about trying to get kids happy to be on Facebook so that they stick around.
So Tama, just some advice, if you would, for parents then. I know many parents would have their kids' accounts linked through their own. Is that the best way to set up these accounts for kids?
Oh, look, as Messenger Kids rolls out here, and we know that it's only available in the US now, but it's about to roll out in Australia, it is a good thing for parents to take an active role in how their kids are talking to other people. And obviously, Messenger Kids offers a space that if you've got the time as an adult to sit down and chat about who your kids are talking to, then this can work reasonably well. But we do need to be conscious of the data exchange that's happening here. Facebook isn't a philanthropist organisation or a telco. It is a data-driven business. And for Facebook, knowing more about our kids is a good thing for them. And we need to decide how comfortable we are with our kids having their data on that system.
Yeah, I guess it's also, as far as parents are concerned, it's a matter of keeping up, because no doubt the kids are way ahead of us as far as knowing what's out there, what different apps there are on social media platforms. Therefore, you need to keep ahead of them if you can.
That's true, but it's also one of the great myths is that our kids are somehow digital natives and better at all of this stuff. Kids will try out new stuff, but they're learning just as much as we are. So if we can try and learn together, try and do things together, try and treat all online interactions as social interactions, because we teach kids other social interactions, then doing stuff together is obviously going to be the best possible way forward. And kids and parents can learn together. And
Tama, as we've spoken about, this is all about these companies building a profile of individuals. Is it inevitable that we will all have a digital footprint that will be used by these companies and of course, on-sold too?
Inevitable is one of those difficult words. It's certainly the current trajectory is that Facebook has 2 billion users, official users, and then it pays for data from all sorts of other companies. So it has profiles and images of people that are not Facebook users. So Facebook does know, for example, as soon as a child is born, it starts a file on that child, so it knows how that child relates to parents, for example. So it's certainly the case that Facebook and Google and other online giants, that their business model is to try and have a profile on everyone. Is it inevitable? Well, we use these things a lot, but I think at the same time we can take certain precautions. Facebook asks for a real name, and its terms of use say we have to use real names, but really how is it going to know if we use pseudonyms or we use different sorts of names? It might be that we don't need to give everything that Facebook and Google ask for.